can be fairly said that this administration, because of President Trump's quiet prodding, has done quite a bit for funding of historically black colleges and universities. The First Step Act, which was a massive first step toward criminal justice reform. Just a couple of weeks ago, in this newly signed defense bill, there is a law that says if you are seeking work for the federal government or any contractor, you don't have to be asked, and you cannot be asked about your criminal history until right toward the end. That's a significant change, long sought by criminal justice advocates. Plus opportunity zones in the tax bill directed at communities of color. That is a legacy on the agenda side that almost any president after 3 years would want to claim.
CBS's Major Garrett is one of the few reporters who has been willing to acknowledge President Trump's accomplishments on behalf of the black community. First, we'll turn to an issue not well known to the white community, but which is dear to the African American community: saving historically black colleges and universities.
With this executive order, we will make HBCUs a priority in the White House, an absolute priority.
All right.
President Trump, in his first month in office, did what President Obama refused to do in his entire 8 years: restored to the White House the federal program supporting historically black colleges and universities. The president's move was just the start in rehabilitating more than 100 colleges and universities originally established after the Civil War. Graduates of historically black colleges and universities include Martin Luther King, Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, and Spike Lee. Trump also restored more than $250 million to these colleges and universities and made the funding permanent. Deontay Johnson, president of the Black Conservative Federation, an organization led by millennial African Americans, applauded the move.
We just saw at the end of the year permanent funding for HBCUs. It's amazing. It's amazing.
As CBS's Garrett noted, Trump also pushed for sweeping criminal justice reform, which seeks to release thousands of people convicted of nonviolent crimes.
I'm free to hug my family. I'm free to start over. This is the greatest day of my life. My heart is just bursting with gratitude. I want to thank President Donald John Trump.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
When he began to move into criminal justice reform and get people out of jail who just didn't need to be there, and help them not only come out of jail, but go into meaningful working conditions to have jobs. He says, I'll bring all the jobs back. He did it.
Then there's the economic revival not underway in all black communities. Here is BET founder Robert Johnson, who supported Hillary Clinton in 2016.
I think the economy is doing absolutely great, and it's particularly reaching into populations that heretofore have had very bad problems in terms of jobs, unemployment, and the opportunities that come with full employment. So African American unemployment is at its lowest level. I give President Trump, and I said this before on Squawk Box, I give President a lot of credit for moving the economy in a positive direction that's benefiting a large number of Americans.
Alan Keyes, a former ambassador under President Ronald Reagan, who graduated magna cum laude at Harvard, says Donald Trump has delivered the best economy in his lifetime.
He's been doing it in such a way that you have the best situation in the black community that of any president in my lifetime.
Sharina Wright, a millennial who lives in Oakland, California, says that the Trump tax bill that created opportunity zones is something that she sees in her own community.
First, we'll start with the tax bill that has redirected billions of private investment dollars into our inner cities and urban communities. I actually am in real estate, so I see this firsthand. I also see a lot of people in our community that are actually taking advantage of these opportunities, and they are, seeing great results from that.
When I talk to people one-on-one, they're talking about my paycheck. They're talking about I didn't have to work a second job this holiday season. I was actually able to buy everyone Christmas gifts during Christmas time. I was able to actually provide for my family, and we was actually able to take a vacation this year.